Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Okay, for some reason, VTube Studio was acting up real badly. I had to connect via USB this time because for some reason it's not working over Wi-Fi anymore. Which made me go, excuse you, why are you doing this to me? But you know, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm just getting some scuff luck, and all the scuff luck's gonna just give me epic gacha luck. I'm gonna get Lappy first thing. Totally right. Ha 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 ha. It is cute though how they made a manga. I didn't get to read it yet though. Free login mats are gonna be nice though. That's gonna be the nicest. And now for Go 8. Sword reforged in war. 3 entrance, 2 exit, and that's fine. To the end! Then I can just try those EX stages and hope I can beat them in time, and then also farm a bit more, because I, at the very least, need to buy some stuff some more. Okay, October 2nd. Oh, in the past.
Death awaits at the end. My liege watches. Death watches you.
Oh yeah, just trying to get me more luck, you're right. October 2nd was the day the war ended. Oh, okay.
Captain, the target's been neutralized, but our remaining ammunition is estimated to last only 2 more minutes. We need our next set of orders. All units, prepare for close quarter combat. Hold the line for the next 2 minutes. I'll cover you for your retreat. Siege, artillery support is running out. The bombardment will end in 3 minutes. What's the situation on your end? We can't clear this notch there fog. These things have severed the supply route. Our work is cleared for us. We can't get supplies to your position quickly enough. Prepare to retreat from T1. Negative. Abandoning T1 will create a gap in our encirclement, and the Alliance forces will break through from our side. Captain, I can't accept that. The battlefield isn't a place for heroics. Honor your orders. We've sent a distress signal to our friends at Rhode Island. Now we have to trust the doctor and the plan. Soldiers, we've made it home. Do everything you can to survive. Only then can we take back what we've lost. Siege, we'll hold the line for the final 2 minutes. The retreat to regroup and assist you in clearing out the creatures in the fog. Bagpipe, keep them safe. Aye, Captain. If the fog can be dispersed, don't wait for us. Head to I-12 and rendezvous with Gododin's 106th Assault Brigade. Keep fighting. Understood. I'll be seeing you soon, Captain. Strange howl. Look out, Siege. It's a call for serious chimeras. Everyone prepare to retreat. Sound like shriek? It's lit itself up. Hannah, watch out for its flames. Oof, it hurts. Vina, are you alright? Everyone else fall back. I can't allow any more needless sacrifices. A piercing wail. Wait, where'd this backup come from? Anti-witchcraft cannon has struck the target. Enemy movement disrupted. Remaining squads continue setting up anti-witchcraft cannons. Mission objective: eliminate threats within the fog. Friendly forces at T1, hold your position. Emergency supplies will arrive at your location in 3.5 minutes. Exemplar T1 combat team. Message received. Please identify your unit. Duke of Normandy's 8th Grenadier Battalion. Under orders to support the Exemplars. The Duke of Normandy? The 8th Grenadier Battalion? Horn, do you know anything about this unit? They're not under the direct command of the Duke of Normandy. They report to the Earl of March. Lieutenant Scamandros truly has an exceptional grasp of our intelligence operations. Has to be expected from someone born into a military family. Lieutenant, keep Her Royal Highness Alexandrina safe. As for your Highness, please accept this small gift. Ah, she was here too during this time. Oof. Well. Once all these matters are resolved, I'll visit you in person, Vina. Siege, do you know the Earl of March? No, we've never met, but her name was mentioned in some of the information sent to me. That doesn't matter now. With reinforcements, we should be able to reopen the supply line. Horn, we'll meet again soon. At last, it's time to bring all this to an end. Finally.
The crowd cheers. Phew. She gazes at the shard in the distance and the faintly visible palace of Westaleg, calmer than she's ever been. Time might have passed at that point in chapter 15. Triangle, cello, oboe. Tempest platoon, everyone watch closely. As we scatter the dark clouds over Londinium, all members of the Exemplar T1 combat team hear this. Hold your ground. Do not give them a single inch. Roger that! October 2nd again. Highbury Secret Base. Captain, Rock 18 just uploaded the scan of the last segment to our route to PRTS. Did you receive it? Got it. Rock. We're already repairing the final track shift node. Given the current damage level, how long until the repairs are complete? 10 minutes. Located Granny yet? We need to retrieve the weapon as soon as possible. The Exemplars will need our support on the front line. Still trying to pinpoint the correct location. The signals we found over the past few days were all decoy beacons they left behind. It might take a bit more time to reestablish contact. At least it means Granny's team is still safe for now. Captain, if we can't get in touch with Catherine, what should we do? We'll use this passage to transport as much of Highbury's remaining supplies as possible too. Captain? To what? It is interesting though how we've had 2 post-war events. Is everyone okay? Where did those sarcasms come from? And what was that artillery fire I just heard? The smoke shifts, yet a small ember glimmers brightly in the depths of the haze. The ember of a cigarette. A familiar, acrid smell hits face nose and makes his eyes sting. I keep telling you, when you're busy working, you always forget to watch your back. We still have 2 more post-war events, Welcome home, brat. Granny, we've been looking for you all this time. I know, when someone told me the passage was being repaired, I figured it was you. That's... He spots a massive shadow in the depths of the smoke. Haha, remember the blueprints you left behind? It took some effort with the Sarkaz blockade and all, but we finally managed to build your big machine. The crawler. Thank you, Grandmama. October 2nd, today in Secret Underground Passage. I know you're there. Your earring has grown. Rather warm. Those workers who came to support the Self-Salvation Corps earlier, that was your doing, wasn't it? Shh, you disturb my friends. Still, thank you for taking good care of little Garnet for me, kitten. And thank you for cleaning up those filthy rocks Ducario left behind. Here, you can take this back. You can have this back. I have no more information. I have more important things to deal with. Off to find that hunk of sheet metal again. He wouldn't want to miss this battle. Thank you for saving me earlier. Farewell. Where are you off to next? To meet with him. You're not gonna go help Dame Kelsey? With the me and Logos there, nothing will happen. I'll wait for them beneath the Palace of Westleg. It's his last known location, as far as I know. Her Highness is gone. It's time to put the past to rest. Your wounds. Insignificant. You don't need to involve yourself in the frontline work anymore. Take care of yourself. Don't you understand how powerful I am now, Runt? You learned quite a bit from us back in the day, didn't you? Bringing you into the city was the most I could do. Whatever's between you and the Regent, Rose Riverside will no longer be involved. Good. Where will you go next? I'll keep tracking her down. She disappeared so suddenly, abandoning Her Highness at the most critical moment. That demands an explanation. One of her sharp-eyed sisters managed to track her as she left Londinium. She's still heading west, Their destination is unclear. And when you catch her, will you bring her back or kill her? She owes all the riverbank canoes an explanation. But you, Runt, should worry about yourself first. The region is close at hand. Hey, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Woohoo! The riverside canoes swore not to get involved with anything related to Babel anymore. However, helping an old acquaintance doesn't break the rules. The smear of blood, it's a gift and a blessing. For less pain and fewer scars. Safe travels, Ascalon. Do you really have to wipe it on my neck? Not my fault you always hide your face so well under that hood. You look better this way. Humph. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask, what do you think of that kitten? She does not emerge from the shadows, and the wind carries her voice. My judgment is unnecessary. When the dust settles, the truth will reveal itself. We're all the same. We're all the same, eh? Even today, many still argue about when exactly the war ended. Some say it was when the Notchsayer King fell at the gates of the Palace of Westaleg. Others say it was when the Sarkas fully withdrew from Londinium. As someone who lived through it, I've been asked quite frequently about my opinion. Luckily, I share the exact same view as Vina. The war ended the moment we found the courage to take the sword from Vina's hands and wield it against the Notchsayer King ourselves. We fought back, we destroyed with our own hands the enemies who tried to ruin us. We never needed a singular hero. That day, everyone who fought for her home and her future was a hero. Oh, look at them! Again! These art segments are just chef's kiss, mwah. Everyone, no matter your unit number, which squad you belong to, or which duke you serve, there's no retreating now. Support the allied forces. Why should we lag behind this lot? Quick, go help the exemplars. Captain, arg, my weapon's broken. Take mine. If it breaks, grab another. If there's none left, snatch a blade from the devils and keep fighting. Advance, advance. For Victoria! For Victoria! Soldier, you should not continue this assault empty-handed. Take this sword. But this is the size of kings. I can't possibly. It belongs to your Royal Highness. No, it belongs to Victoria. On the wreckage of the Glorious, trusted allies passed the sword from hand to hand until it reached me, completing its mission. Now take it from my hand. Let it reach the hands of everyone who needs it. Let its mission continue anew. This is your right as a Victorian. But if we take the sword, what will your Royal Highness use? I still have my hammer. I will not stop. I will stay with you until the end. The early morning sun breaks through the dark clouds. A golden-haired feline and a Victorian stand together. The soldier grips the sword tightly, her gaze locked on the determined Aslan, despite the blinding sunlight. Oh my goodness, I can see why Diane likes Vina so much, because, yo, that moment's like, oh my goodness, she's giving me her sword and she's giving me this wonderful speech too. Just, ah! Truly, ah! Hey, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, Monday's been rough, but you know, it's fine. I'm just getting my stuff out of the way. Okay. Salem actually fell. Please, please be between him and Wellington. Come on. She refuses to look away for she sees thousands of Victorians rally behind her, fighting for the same cause. She sees the king walking alongside her people. As you bid, all survivors of the 6th Column, 10th Infantry Regiment, advance with me. For Victoria! May the vast lands that keep our king. She cuts down 2 Notchsayer Royal Court elites and a caster. Her blade bears 2 new notches. His people and all his well-willing. However, she is too gravely injured to continue, so she passes the sword on. A worker grips the sword and presses forward. He perishes alongside a Royal Court elite, leaving yet another notch in the blade. And give them grace without ending. An infected picks up the sword from the pool of blood. She does not defeat any enemies, instead protecting it with her body. In so doing, she protects her Victoria and hope itself. Then may we call and safely sing, Victoria, thanks for our home. Finally, the sword pierced the Notch King, after which it disappeared into the chaos of the battle. To this day, we still don't know who the final hero to wield the sword was, or whether they're still alive, but one thing is certain, the sword fulfilled its mission. Oh, okay. Now I wonder who dealt the final blow. I'm just imagining Wellington coming out of nowhere just to grab the sword and just do it. The Victorians wielded the blade against the invaders. But its legend didn't end there. They say it was the workers who received the broken sides of kings in the blood and mud. As for the rest of the story, well, every child in Londinium can sing it loud and clear. But at the same time, it'd be kind of funny if it's just a random. Osterich, the Notchzera's final camp, October 2nd. I don't see any more Notchzerers. Is the battle finally over? But this blasted fog hasn't let up one bit. Something's not right. The Sarkats aren't attacking under the cover of the thick fog like before. Is this a trap? Based on our previous encounters with the Notchzerer army, they're far more elusive than they seem. Horn, what do you suppose we should do next? Coordinate with the main allied forces, hold off on advancing rashly, and minimize unnecessary casualties until we get a clearer read on the situation. Alright, sound strategy. Dagda, send the orders to all of our troops. I'll pass it on to the Alliance commanders, as well as Closure and the others. Hey! Did Hood even get the frequency right? Huh? We're already live? Gah, everybody listen up. Babbles captured the Military Commission's command center. The bastards don't know their heads and their asses right now, and nobody's got it in them to help out the crusty old Notchzera King. So quit wasting time and get those feet moving. I don't care if you believe me or not, just go and get this over with. Oh, and by the way, you might want to look up. The old hag owes me big time. The old hag. Delphine. We traced the transmission. It seems this communication was received on several different frequencies. Both the Allies and the Sarkats probably heard it. That voice, it was... Adele. Sounds like they've been busy. Horn, please reassess the situation. Vina, look at the sky, it's... All eyes turn upwards as soon as they hear the sound of the steam bursting at full force, echoing above the Palace of Westaleg. Victoria! The Victorian army boils. You know what, probably. He's like, oh my goodness, all this for me? I'm flattered. Thank you for the war. And then, if Wellington wasn't the one who got the final blow, Wellington would just be watching from the sidelines and be like, it should have been me! No! And then Iblana guys will have to just like, be like, it's okay, old man. You'll get them next time. It's Charles Lynch. He's gone to the fog. I can hear the commotion inside the clouds. He's battling the Notchzerers. Horn? Although morale is currently high, the Alliance is yet to make any major moves. Clearly the Dukes are still hesitating. They have reason to be cautious with intelligence from an unknown source. If Rhodes Island trusts Wizadel, then so do I. Ha. We trust you as well, Siege. I'll go tell everyone to get ready. Huh? What's going on? Did you hear that sound? Right beneath our feet? The Exemplars. We meet at last. Wait a minute, Vina. Am I seeing things? Or did a giant thing just burrow out from the underground? It be a thing. Oh, the crawler. A giant thing? No, it has a name. The crawler. My grandson designed it. Pretty good, huh? The great-haired pilot blows a smoke ring, standing proudly in the ladder of the massive machine. It has 4 massive steam-powered hydraulic legs, encased in protective armor, and bears the unmistakable signs of a worker's handiwork. Smoke is still billowing from its enormous black cannon barrel, a clear sign that it was the one responsible for the massive hole in the ground. A steady stream of Self-Salvation Corps members emerged from the gaping hole beneath the crawler, carrying combat supplies up to the surface. Siege, thank goodness you made it here in time. Starting now, the Self-Salvation Corps will join forces with you. With Granny and her team helping out, we'll have a much greater chance of victory. We just got that message ourselves. It seems the timing is spot on. Victoria thanks you. Horn? All clear. The preparations are complete, and we're ready to move out at any time. Good. Everyone, this is the final battle. Wait a minute. There's still one thing left. I need to adjust the cannon. There, that should do it. Cover your ears. You go, Granny. The cannon strikes the giant bell at the center of Osterrig, an ancient relic that had stood for centuries. The bell tolls loud, clear, and beautiful, followed by the sound of the Alliance war horns and their furious battle cries. We've got to let certain people know we're here. You're in command now. Victorians, charge forth to our final victory. Catherine is so cool. I just need one more copy. Just one. I bought out some of the other stuff. I wasn't entirely procrastinating, just a little bit. Not a lot of it. Oops. 18, 19. Actually, you know what? I'll put you here. Why not? You go, Thorns. I believe in you, man. Yeah, this is fine. And this is more than fine now. Man, just based on what we've seen earlier, I'm betting that Clovissia is probably just hanging out with Alardo. They be plotting stuff together. Which is pretty intriguing, at the same time terrifying. It's like, girl, what you plotting? I do want to know. Hey, hello. Work was so tiring today. It was the ultimate oof, but the Minecraft movie was fun. I enjoyed it. At least that gave me some entertainment. At the very, very least. The woohoots is all for the gacha funds. For the love of gacha. The love of gacha compels me. And already, the setup's doing good so far. I still gotta check out the full songs. Oh man, though, for Wizard. Shabadoobie Touch Henshin and Please are so haunting. His driver is either so commanding or just the politest thing. Demanding being touched. Or a nice little please. Like, either way. No Kiss is pretty good so far. Hey. Victory. In the boxing ring, victory is about honor and glory. Did I celebrate the chicken jockey moment? I was being polite during the movie. It was interesting seeing the type of people who went to it. There was only one family with kids. Everyone else was adults. On the battlefield, victory is about lives saved and lost. The Nobunaga King's death terrified everyone who saw it. I don't want to think about it now, much less include it in my book. The sarcasm won't get an eulogy from me, but I'll forever honor the last Steam Knight, Sir Charles Lynch. How long has it been since he's moved? 10 minutes. No one dares approach Charles Lynch. Wizard's always used as the worst sound for a belt. Aw, come on! Shabadoobie touch henshin. Everyone gathers around the last Steam Knight, down on one knee in a show of respect. He stands tall and unwavering before the Palace of Westaleg, steam gushing from every crack in his armor, scorching, unrelenting. Like the sound of a beating heart. How can he still be standing with such grievous wounds from the battle with the Nobunaga King? It was never his body alone that kept him upright, or he would have never made it out of the Mausoleum of Kings. Vina walks towards the Steam Knight as everyone else watches on. Vina, don't get too close to him. He's off his rocker. I have to know for sure. But he almost killed you back in the underground, Vina. Let her do it. Something's not right with the Steam Knight. Sir Charles, Siege probably sensed it too. But trust her. Vina approaches the Steam Knight. She can feel the temperature rise in the hot steam. I've never seen you like this, not even back in the Mausoleum of Kings. The war is over. You've protected Victoria. You've completed your mission. Steam hissing. What are you still searching for? The sword? Sorry. It was lost somewhere on the battlefield. Steam hissing. Or perhaps, you're waiting for something else? Vina gently touches Sir Charles' armor. Every scratch and mark etched into it tells the Steam Knight's story. The battle with his comrades on the day he swore to inherit the title. The battle on the frontier to quell uprisings. He survived amidst a storm of witchcraft. The betrayal in the Mausoleum of Kings. The charge towards the glorious, towards Originium. Sir Charles Lynch has never fallen. Sir Charles Lynch shall forever watch over Victoria. You're looking at the Palace of Westaleg. I understand now. You're not the only one. Many more are looking over the palace. Vina looks back at the gathered Victorians in the distance, wounded, silent, excited, weeping. The people had already formed a long human wall on their own, holding back the restive and agitated crowd. They're all murmuring in different names. Siege, Vina, Alexandrina, Victoria. Steam hissing. I never believed you'd gone mad. Sir Charles, this is our second official meeting. I once hoped that if you found your way out of the darkness, you would find something worth protecting. We've already made it this far. Please wait a little longer. Until I return. Steam hissing. Vina walks past the Steam Knight, up to the steps of the Palace of Westaleg, and alone through its door. Time slowly passes. At first, the crowd is silent, but gradually they stir, as unrest begins to spread. Why is it taking so long? Could there be other enemies inside? Should we go and help? Quiet, have faith in Her Royal Highness, Alexandrina. Can't you see that even the Steam Knight is waiting here in silence? I've heard the crown is still inside. Do you think that when she comes out, we'll have a new king? Something's not right here. Based on our intelligence, there shouldn't be any more of the military commission's forces left. There should be nothing left in that palace. Are we just gonna stand here like idiots? We ought to just go in and see for ourselves. I'll go. There are better choices. Well, we're the only ones who can drive the crawler. As long as we've got the crawler, we've got nothing to fear. We'll be protected, even against a Steam Knight. Vina never told us what she saw in the Palace of Westaleg, and we never asked Face about it either. It doesn't matter. I'm just relieved that once the military commission's banner fell from the top of the palace, Vina didn't actually walk out wearing the crown. That's my Vina. At least that's how I felt at the time. Oh no, what do they see in there? There she is. She's coming out. Where's the crown? Why isn't she wearing the crown? Quiet, you moron. She hasn't been coronated yet. Why is she wearing the crown already? What's in her hands? Is that the devil's flag? Good people, Victoria. The Noxera King is dead. I have torn down this flag that the enemy has stabbed into the heart of our great Londinium. We will tear down every Sarkaz banner left in our home and drive out every enemy still consumed by their bloodlust. But please, spare the unarmed ones. Spare anyone willing to surrender. The war is over. We must not avenge slaughter with more slaughter, nor meet hatred with more hatred. I, Vina Victoria, wish to speak to all the heroes who have fought to defend our Victoria. Hear me. We have liberated Londinium, liberated Victoria. In these coming days, months, and years, we must revive Victoria. We shall revive Victoria. Vina raises her hammer aloft for all to see. The people rise to their feet, and a wave of cheers spreads to outward from the center, each surge louder than the last. Londinium and her citizens celebrate her birth. Happy birthday! At the center of the crowd, the last Steam Knight lets out his final roar, steam bursting forth. His heart stops beating, so he ignites it with the suit's burning core. His vision blurs, so he clears it with steam hot enough to melt flesh. Then Sir Charles sees it. Victoria's flag basking in the sun's golden glow. Sir Charles Lynch can finally fall. Now he can sleep. He falls into the light of the dawn, to a new beginning. Steam completely envelops Sir Charles' enormous body, making his demise unceremonious and almost unnoticed. Amidst a cheering crowd, a figure walks into the cloud of steam. Allerdale bids farewell to the hero she once so deeply admired. You could have killed me back then. The despicable meeting her end at the hands of her hero. That would have been the perfect ending to her story. So why must the despicable be the one to bid farewell to the hero? Sir Charles, you've completed your mission. My father once taught me that every Steam Knight returning triumphantly from his mission would have a squire to remove his armor and wipe away the dust. Allow me to remove your armor. It is long fused with your body. Core temperature dropping. I will keep your core. I promise that your heart will never stop burning. It will bear witness to Victoria's future. Sir Charles, you've seen the things you hope to protect restored to their former brilliance. Have you any final words, good Steam Knight? From this day forward, you'll be honored as a Steam Knight. Sir Charles Lynch, tell me, what do you want for your reward? Your Majesty, I wish for your blade to always be sharp. I wish for the wheat my wife harvests to fill the granary by our doorstep year after year. I wish to hold my newborn daughter in my arms and fly over Londinium, gazing down at the factories bustling day and night throughout the city. I wish for my neighbor whose legs were crippled by illness to stand again, so we can drink, sing, and celebrate through the night with our comrades we know so well. Your Majesty, what I wish for is a life of lasting peace. If this reward requires me to fight for it myself, then Your Majesty, I pledge to you, I will always keep fighting, for you, for all of my loved ones, for myself, and for Victoria. You know, he was mentioning his daughter. Ooh, I hope his family's okay. Victoria. The oath of Sir Charles Lynch, the final words at the last Steam Knight. You never abandoned yourself, even when Victoria abandoned you. Ha, Steam Knight. I don't deserve that title, nor the set of armor. This war's already claimed too many lives. I hope yours is the last. Goodbye, Sir Charles Lynch. Listen. They're bidding you farewell. Victoria! Victory! Victoria! For Victoria! Last burst of steam. Victoria. His final hoarse whisper emerges from the crowd shouting, like raindrops quietly dropping into the sea. Allerdale sees the excited faces in the crowd, yet cannot help falling into silence. Her eyes are drawn to the woman standing on the steps, Vina. She knows Vina can see her as well. Vina just stands there, looking back at her, her lips moving slightly. Did she recognize me? Allerdale sighs. You made the right choice. You're standing exactly where you belong. As am I. Londinium does not need any more heroes, Vina. Hey, hello. Doesn't need any more heroes, huh? Just oof. She turns and walks away, disappearing into the white billows of steam. What are you looking at, Vina? The Steam Knight is gone. He has completed his mission. That steam. I thought it was like last time. This time is different. Then there's no need to bother him. Someone is already seeing him off. Alright. Celebration and mourning. Vina, what should we do next? The people stand cheering in front of the Palace of Westeleg. They all look to Vina. They're waiting for you. Then I will show them all, Delphine. The Sinistel Parliamentary Chamber, December 25th. Back to the present. Is this the speaker's answer? She sent you, her old comrade, to drive us away? No. Guarding the sign cell is only one of the defense force's responsibilities. Justice is justice, Hoff. You shouldn't be treated this way. Diana and all the exemplars who bled don't deserve this, do they, Commander? I understand what you're saying, but this isn't how Parliament makes decisions. We cannot let this become a precedent. I do not know politics, Captain. I only know that Diana is a good person. If Parliament insists, many hearts will be lost. And you, sir? You still will not yield? I know Diane well. She would never act out of selfishness. Nor does she have any ties with the nobility. Therefore, I humbly ask the Speaker to take time out of her busy schedule to reconsider Diane's verdict. This was a decision rendered by the Provisional Court. Diane broke into the locked throne room in direct defiance of Parliament. We also know Diane very well, but I'm afraid there's nothing. Oh no for the verdict. Diane? Yes, she's the one who introduced us to you. After the war, we lost our homes and nearly our lives. If it weren't for her constant encouragement, I'd probably still be passed out in the barrel of ale. You don't think she's a bad person either, do you? It's just that Speaker Vina, sorry, it's a force of habit. Speaker Vina must have made a mistake. We've all gone to her office, but I feel like just having numbers on our side might not be enough. Faced, your words carry more weight, please, I'm begging you. Sorry, but I have to assume that if Parliament put Diane on trial, they must have allowed her to present a defense. No matter how strange or unfair, I think their decision is, having Speaker Vina force them to change it at the last minute would be even more unfair. But Diane's case to be treated differently. We just barely survived the war, and now she's going to die over something so stupid? Oh, the death penalty. Listen to the radio. Listen to the patrons in the bars. You'll hear that nobody's happy about this decision. What do you think, Catherine? You say we should lodge our complaints with Vina any time. I think Diana is just a stupid girl who did a stupid thing. Nothing more. She means well, but what she did was moronic. She defied a direct order of Parliament and left Vina with no other choice. So you're planning to turn down the farmer rep? How do you expect me to convince Parliament? Actually, Vina does have a chance to solve this. With her reputation, persuading Parliament to impose a lighter punishment is not impossible. But many eyes are watching as she makes her final decision. This is just one of the many tricky issues that Speaker of Londinium's Parliament has to face. A hero may be able to save everyone in the war, but but...
Lady Delphine.
We spent quite a lot of time trying to find you.
Me?
In just one day, Diane's case caused quite an uproar across Londinium. We briefly investigated who was spreading the news and inciting the public.
So, Parliament wants me to shut up.
No, Alicio. Compared to the deliberate acts of sabotage, your actions have had significantly less impact. Actually, we all admire you for fighting so hard for someone you have not known for very long. Vina understands how you feel. She wanted to come see you in person, but I stopped her. I apologize that Madam Speaker has more urgent matters to attend to presently.
Is there absolutely no room for negotiation regarding Diane's case?
No. Vina could change things, we all know that. Frankly, this is a very sad case, however. It will serve as a message from Parliament to all the citizens. I saw that you requested to review Parliament's records, so you must be well aware of Diane's charges, the defense that she herself presented, and the various PM's opinions of her. The citizenry has collectively established Londinium's current laws, and the Provisional Court has made its judgment if Diane in accordance with those laws. Isn't this how you do things in Columbia?
But she's a war hero. Shouldn't her merits outweigh her faults?
That's a notion steeped in reason, yet brimming with arrogance. I often come across this phrase in history books, usually said by old Victorian kings. But if Vina crosses this line and the others allow it to happen, then what is the point of having Parliament? How would our Parliament be any different from the one where the king himself served as speaker? I don't know the answer to that question, Alicio. But none of us want to take the risk of finding out. Parliament will not interfere with any of your endeavors, however. As far as Diane's case is concerned, I'm sorry. This is Parliament's decision and it cannot be changed.
Diane never told me specifically what kind of soldier she was during the war. Most of the time, she talked to me about her hopes for Londinium's future. Most of the people I met in Londinium harbor high hopes and dreams for the city's future.
This is the city's great fortune. Our duty is to ensure that we never let its people down.
I see. The herbs Diane grew in the greenhouse against all odds will mature in February. I hear it can alleviate the excruciating pain of neuropathy. I'll wait until they mature and take some samples back to Columbia.
Oof! Okay, if you need any help before then, just let me know. All the timing. All the sadness. Actually, when I first arrived in Londinium, I was also curious as to what kind of Speaker Vina was. Sad. When Hannah and I visit schools and sanatoriums to give surprises to the infected children, they always ask us about the story of Princess Alexandrina, the Princess Royal. We then tell them the whole tale of the street urchin who became a legendary war hero and the savior of Londinium. But the story always ends when Vina walks out of the Palace of Westleg. At that point, it's not so fit for children. I wish the story could end with Vina tearing off the fancy clothes and returning with us to Norport, to the Glasgow gang. But I know it's not possible anymore. Aww. On the day of the mass protest against Diane's verdict, Vina explained to us, in detail, the proposals she was going to submit to the Dukes at our upcoming meeting. They covered a whole lot of topics like food, healthcare, education, and civil service reforms. Vina had the right solutions to all these issues, but she didn't say a word about Diane. We listened quietly to all of her proposals and then left without bringing it up. And now she's alone.
Fuel Inventory Report. Comprehensive report on all city sanatoriums. Report on neuropathy suppressant distribution.
Vina returns her gaze to the documents in front of her. She struggles to absorb the reams of data. She knows that in just a few minutes, the bell on the table will ring to remind her to head to the banquet hall. She also knows that those guests don't truly care about the numbers that she has tried to memorize, much less the actual lives, deaths, and the hardships they represent. But she cares. This time, she's the one who invited the Dukes for dinner. I hope this works. In the now quiet office, the faint shouts of protesters outside the window could still be heard. I'm sorry, Diane. Oof. And now go 9, Hero's final blow. Final bow. 2 entrance, 2 exit. The final bow, eh? Defense Forces Temporary Detention Room, December 25th. Oh, it's Christmas! I just realized, Happy Christmas! Merry Christmas! Phew, Zone 2 is finally cleaned up. Now it's just Zone 4 left. How are you doing? Tough work, eh? Wanna take a break? I'm clean just as fast as you are, as you can plainly see. You don't need to try and accommodate me just because I'm an infected. That's not it at all. I just thought you must be tired with everything you've been through and all. Oh, I thought, never mind. As for the incident with the crown, I'm fully clear on that now. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. Besides, you're not the only one who wanted to do that. Actually, it seemed like all of a sudden, people just aren't as afraid of the infected anymore. That's because we're in Londinium. The policies instituted by the Speaker, and Parliament have, at the very least, stopped many people from openly showing fear and resentment towards the infected. But according to the Colombian friend of mine, outside of Londinium, things haven't changed. Anyway, thanks for helping with the cleanup. We would have had the captain on us again without you. I should be the one thanking you for not shackling me. Having something to do helps put my mind at ease. If you ask me, you need not worry about Parliament's decision. Think about it. Of all the places in Londinium where they could have detained you, why did they choose the Defense Forces lockup? It's because we're all either old war buddies or familiar faces who can look out for you. Don't worry. Once things cool down, we'll find a reason for you to go home. The protesters outside the Speaker's office, they're the ones who are missing the picture. We all know what kind of person Vina is. Are you feeling alright? Do you need something to drink? You're saying the Speaker is going to release me? I'm saying just rest you for now, where it's safe, until things die down out there. The captain didn't allow you to have a radio or read the newspaper, right? It's because he was worried that you might get into thinking too much. If you're still feeling jittery, my good buddy, he gets down in the drunk tank every few days. He stashed some premium hooch around here somewhere. I will grab a few bottles for you. Well. Not really like a fool necessarily for Diane, it's just... I do feel like she made a bad decision though for that. She just wants things to progress faster, but still... You can't force the plot progression, Diane. Diane gives a faint, wry smile as she strains to catch the sounds coming from outside. But aside from the faint sound of water running through the pipes, she hears nothing but the distant drills of the defense forces. Ever since she was brought in here, she'd been more or less cut off from the outside world. I wonder if Alessio's doing alright. I really should have let him know beforehand. He must be so worried about me now. Exactly, she's trying to press a skip button during the story. Indeed, he went to nearly everyone he knows to plead on your behalf. Madam Speaker. Good. They aren't treating you like some common criminal. And you made sure of that? No, they did it on their own. They believe you don't deserve the sentence. Many came to me on your behalf. Your friends, my friends, our comrades in arms, and even some civilians who don't know you at all. Diane, I snatched some of my buddy's liquor for you. He takes a big swig of whiskey. Irk! Before the soldier even reaches Diane and Vina, he snaps to attention, the whiskey caught awkwardly in his mouth, too afraid to swallow or spit it out. He quickly hides the bottle behind him and salutes Vina. Gulp. No need to hide it, Patel. As I recall, Horn did mention that drinking is prohibited in the barracks. Swallows, ahem. Yes, Vina, but this is, I won't tell Horn. But in return, you'll keep my visiting Diana secret. And set that bottle down, will you? Weren't you bring it to Diane anyway? Oh, alright, Vina, you came here to discuss the plans with Diane, right? Yes. See, Diane, I told you not to worry, didn't I? I'll go finish cleaning up Zone 4. I've been on duty all day. I didn't see anyone here. Would you like a taste of the whiskey Patel left? It doesn't smell that bad.
Diane shakes her head slightly, a bit downcast.
Mind if I have a sip then? Meeting with those dukes have left me parched.
Madam Speaker, did you put me here because you really wanted to?
We thought you'd feel better among old friends. You would rather I threw you in the solitary?
No, of course not.
Honestly, I'm not as resolute as you think. My past isn't much different from yours, or from that of most Londiniers. Diane, I did hesitate over my decision.
So does your visit mean Parliament has come to a verdict?
I feel it's best I inform you of Parliament's decision in person. I bid you adieu, Lieutenant Diane Weber. Of the former 6th Column, 10th Infantry Regiment, you are unquestionably a war hero. Thank you for your great service to our homeland.
Parliament? I see, Madam Speaker. When will it happen?
Tomorrow.
Alright.
Have you any regrets?
Have you?
Perhaps my biggest regret is that, after the war, I didn't immediately strip off this outfit and hide myself away back in Norport.
You would never have done that. I know you. The siege will never abandon our homeland, and the Speaker of Londinia will never abandon Victoria.
I
have no regrets either, Vina. May I call you that?
You may.
We've been many times and fought side by side just as often, but today, I think, is the first day we can truly call ourselves friends. Vina, before I go, would you share a drink with me? When you walked alone in the Palace of Westalag, everyone believed that the woman who emerged would be wearing the crown. Ooh, rather than Castoria, I do see King Arthur, and maybe... Unfortunately, because of the path she's going down, more towards Morgan. Like, Morgan did nothing wrong, technically, and Vina's technically not doing anything wrong either, but oof. When you walked alone in the Palace of Westalag, everyone believed that the woman who emerged would be wearing the crown. A hero must one day be crowned king. Every collection of fairy tales in that old bookstore in Baker Street had a story like that. It was my favorite piece and my favorite place before I enlisted. I really did want to witness history, Vina. Well, Morgan, during her story when she was a wee lad, happily traveling along with her buddies. And then she became the ruler, and alone, and all the sadness. Then we have Vina, traveling with her buddies. And unfortunately being forced into the part of a ruler, kind of, and... oh, look at her buddies.
But I let you drown. I let a lot of people drown. I let you down. I let a lot of people down.
Yes, you could have been a great ruler.
Just because I wanted to make Londinium a better place, didn't the old king, the one who was hanged public, also want to make Londinium, to make all of Victoria a better place? Things rarely go as planned. Sometimes, what you believe is right may look wrong to others. I've only recently begun to understand that.
Then what is there to do?
I'm still searching for that answer, Diane. Someone I trust told me to try accept those who hate me and to stand firm in my own sense of justice. I'm still learning, but I never imagined this path would be so lonely.
You're drunk, Vina. Vina shakes her head. She draws her sword and hands it to Diane.
Do you remember... King Gaskath, the size of kings. Yes, I took it from your own hands after all. After the battle, I discovered that it had been completely dulled. The smiths worked tirelessly day and night to reforge it for me. This new sword is heavier. It carries the weight of even greater expectations than before. Diane, this sword reminds me of every day on the right path. The future Victoria doesn't rest with me or Parliament. It rests on all of you. Those who reclaimed our home with their own strength. Vina, I have one last question. What really happened in the Palace of Westalag that day? What kind of story would you like to hear? A heroic fairy tale that'll make it into the books of that old bookstore, or the truth so plain that it's almost boring? Haha. Diane takes a long swig of her drink, her hand brushing over the cold steel of the sword. To be honest, I prefer the old sword. When I used it to strike down our enemies, those were the moments I felt closest to Victoria. Back when I was living a simple and eventful life, I never imagined I'd have thoughts like these. And besides, there's hardly any time left to savor those quiet pre-war days, is there? Vina, forgive me, but I can't save the last bit of whiskey for you. I really need it. Choking up. Why now of all times am I suddenly afraid to die? Choking back tears. Vina, before I'm completely drunk, will you tell me one last fairy tale? Her tears fall on the sword, sliding down its blade. Drip, drip. Diane, you already know the stories of the past, and you were there for the best parts of this fairy tale. But you may not know how it ends. That day, I entered the Palace of Westalag, tore down the Sarkis banner, and was about to leave when suddenly, I heard someone call my name from the throne room. Alexandrina Vina Victoria. Then I pushed open the door that had been sealed for so long. I saw... Ooh, you get to see what you saw? Ghosty? My father, Alistair II, speaking to me. Ghost Daddy. My Alexandrina, you're finally home. Come sit by my side, daughter Victoria. Vina couldn't make out the king's face. The golden mask blended with his golden hair, radiating authority and an air of mystery. He was Victoria personified. My daughter, are you afraid of me? Are you afraid of Victoria? Vina, never reveal even the slightest hint of fear to your subjects. Your teacher should have taught you that. You died long ago. 26 years ago, they hanged you from the gallows. 26 years ago, holy cow. Laughable. Who could kill Victoria? Those greedy condor wings thought they could tear the flesh from my body to feed themselves. They were so blinded by fear that they conspired in regicide. All so they could feast upon the lands of the Aslans for their own gain. But no one can kill us. Not the Dukes, not the Red Dragon. We're the beating heart of Victoria. So that's why your statue in the Mausoleum of Kings was never completed. The Dukes never truly laid you to rest. You've been here all along. Huh? Daddy's just been sitting there? What little courage they possessed drove them to confine me in this throne room. But never to claim my throne. Cowardly usurpers. They fear my people. They fear my steam knights. They fear us, Vina. My daughter, tell me. Do my people still remember me? Do my knights still guard our palace? The people of Victoria have long since adapted to life without a monarch. As for your knights, they're all gone. They were murdered by the very people they were sworn to protect. And what of you, Vina? I can barely remember what you look like. Then come closer. Take off my mask and look closely. You'll see only yourself, Alexandrina. The blood of the royal line flows in us both. I'm sorry, my child, that I failed to keep my promise. This is... yeah. I intend to hand you a peaceful and powerful Victoria. Yet betrayal has left me sitting here, rotting in my throne, for over 20 years.
But at last he returned. Take my scepter, wear my crown. Proclaim to our people that their sovereign has returned. Purge our land of all dissent and punish every coward who betrayed the crown. Let glory endure. This is Victoria's rightful way.
Daddy, I think you lived... He did a thing, he did a thing, he lived... Or he... lived long enough to become the villain to an extent. The king's scepter struck heavily against the throne platform. Its dull echo reverberating. Then again, of course he'd be restless after sitting there for freaking 26 years.
Blood was never the source of blood was never the source of her strength. How familiar those words are, just like my defiant boast to my own father. You still have much to learn, my daughter. Let me teach you a long overdue lesson. The meaning of royal power. Still, I grant you the right to oppose me. Alexandrina, return to my side and listen. No, you're already dead, your majesty. All that remains here is your echo, lost in the glories of a bygone empire. I do not need you to grant me anything, nor do I need you to validate the strength of my convictions. I just want you to rest in peace, father. Vita tightened her grip on her hammer, stepped onto the platform, and walked towards the Empire's last glimmer of twilight. Go to sleep, Dad! He's become an angry ghost. Oh, look who's there. Hey Gawain. Hi, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Just ouch, though. Okay, so far so good. No, that's not good. Bro, that was nice. Boy, can you just like not? Oi. 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 He doesn't have a second face. Okay, that's good. If he did, oof. This could potentially turn to chaos, but right now it's fine. Kinda, sort of. Ouch. You know, healers every so often is good. Like, man, can you just like not do that? We're just gonna gang up against him at this point. Come on, just a bit more. Okay. So far, so good. Hey. Get out of here, man. Like, no, dude. Can you just, like, stop? Hey, Gawain, stop. Can I finally fight you? Okay, I can. Armor of the Empire. Ooh. Okay, just in case. Just, ooh. Okay. So far, so good. Actually, I don't need Myrtle right now. Okay, let's do it this way. Yep, so far so good. A little bit more. Actually, just come forward. Ta-da! Phew!
Vina, I don't like the story. The king who found no peace in his eternal rest upon the throne, and the hero who laid down her crown. The story's over, but has anything really changed? You and King Alistair both wanted to make Victoria better, but in the end... Diane takes a hard swig from the bottle. The burning liquor stings, coaxing more tears from her already sullen eyes. If the king couldn't do it, then what hope do we have? How can we possibly change anything? But the story's not over yet, Diane. I'd also believed it would all end when the king found peace, but then someone unexpected appeared. Faced? Should I even ask what brings you here? Or not? A white figure emerges from the shadows behind the throne. Hey, hello. Faint glimpses of that fairy can be seen in so many of Victoria's legends. Power, intrigue, destiny, dreams coming true. Throughout the centuries-old tales, she seems to possess different powers, yet no one can say for certain which one is truly her. Vina, who did you see? I saw the unicorn. Vina, you far exceeded my expectations. You show me new possibilities. Oh! Hey, Clovicia. The unicorn, eh? Alrighty, yeah, how timely of her. Put down your hammer, I'm not your enemy. We fought side by side once, didn't we? Who are you, unicorn? A tailor's daughter, a leader of the Self-Salvation Corps, a witness to Victoria. Of course, many old men, even as they faced death, insisted on calling me the nation's sentinel in their history books. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Over the hundreds of years I remain in Victoria, I've assumed and later erased countless identities, but at present, I'm Clovicia. Hundreds of years! Oh my goodness, she's ancient. In short, I am your friend, one sincerely pleased by all you've achieved. Does this answer satisfy you, Vina? Another one of the long-lived. You deceived every ally in the Self-Salvation Corps, as well as all of Rose Island. I have not pulled for Vina yet. I'm only gonna give her one multi-pull because I need some stuff on the side for Lappy. Deceived? I've never deceived anyone. Everyone has their desires. I merely fulfill them. Ordinary people tormented by sarcasm, bloodshed, want to survive. So I led the Self-Salvation Corps to find a way out. Ancient families, mired in power struggles, feared annihilation in the Empire's whirlpool, so I eliminated every threat to the continuation of the ducal lineage. Frederick III hoped Victoria wouldn't fall into chaos beneath the Red Dragon's shadow. I could grant his wish too. So, now you've come to me? Alexandrina, daughter of Alistair, why would you think I'm only just noticing you now? Vina, history's like a sailing ship, and you are the ones who steer its course. Since you wish to change Victoria, I can help you. What role would you assume to realize your ideals? You could be a king, a speaker, or even the sole leader of the Exemplars. Any of these titles are yours to choose. Vina, I must say, yours isn't a new story. I read far too many like it in the old shops. In the end, the hero always accepts the fairy's gift. So in the end, you choose the role of speaker? No, Diane, I chose nothing. For hundreds of years, the unicorn has chosen the heroes, and the heroes have merely chosen their bonus. But why? Yeah, she basically is speaking of their plight as like it's only a pastime, but I am glad she's deciding to be at least helpful during this whole time. But why? Why? Yes, why did I have to choose her?
Why are you laughing, Vina?
Do you hear that sound outside? They're cheering for victory and for Victoria. Many of them do not have grand ambitions. They don't think of protecting anyone. Some of them some of them would not even share a piece of bread with a starving man. Yet they're still willing to risk their lives for even the smallest sliver of hope. They are my Victoria. I like those fools, and I'm willing to look out for them. And you, Clovicia, have no right to make me choose something I've been doing all along. You best leave, unless you don't mind it getting awkward.
Siege. You're a fool too, Alexandrina, just like your father. Send them a message for me. Tell them the tailor's daughter is dead. I fulfilled their wishes. And then she just nopes out of there.
Siege, I got the crawler in here to back you up. We've been waiting outside for you forever. We're afraid something happened to you.
It's been taken care of. Thank you, Faced.
Huh?
Come on then. Aren't they still all waiting for us? This battle must end now. That's the end of the story, Diane. Diane?
It'd be nice if it is a test. Otherwise, Clovicia is just... she's trolling. The condemned soldier has finished the last drop of alcohol and is sound asleep. Diane wants to drink herself into a stupor. Vina has finished telling her story, but Diane cannot bring herself to face her own ending. She wanted to drink herself into a dream in which even death could not catch up to her. She gets her wish.
I'm sorry, Diane. I'm not worthy of being a monarch. I'm not even sure I'm qualified to serve as speaker. Besides, this war has changed many things. Old beliefs have been shattered, and we are striving to rebuild our lives amidst the imminent threat of destruction. I believe that soon, a great transformation will begin in Londinium and sweep across all Victoria. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I'm certain of one thing. Now that we've found the courage to face adversity, why should we ever return to the past? Victoria no longer needs a monarch, Diane. Sweet dreams.
On the eve of her march to the gallows, the drunken soldier sleeps the most peaceful sleep of her life. She dreams of the king's coronation. She dreams of the factory of her hometown. The whistle blowing to signal the end of the workday, as the workers shake off their hats and step out of the factory gates. Then she soars into the sky and sees Londinium, gliding across a mist-covered verdant earth. She dreams of Victoria. She is singing her song. May the vast lands they keep our king, his people and all his well-willing, and give them grace without ending. And may we call and safely sing, Victoria, give thanks for our home. Speaker's office, December 26, 1098.
Vina, I can't believe it. The graffiti in the gym walls is still there. Look at this one. Morgan painted it after dreaming of being a famous artist.
Oh right, look at this photo. The sign of the movie theater has been nailed back up. And look, there are two dumb-looking Bowbies perched on top of it. Norport is in much better shape than the last time we saw it. I can't wait to go back and see with my own eyes.
Uh-huh. So where do these photos come from? The envelope only had the photos, no signature, but plenty of people have joined the engineering team to help rebuild our home. Some of them are old friends from Norport. Oh, there are 2 videotapes in here too. They're just some old worn-out movies. But hey, Delphine, you love watching bad movies, don't you? Here you go.
Thank you. Look at the others trying to act all cheerful to help cheer Vina up. Just oof. Vina, are you okay? You seem a bit distracted.
Are you all going back?
I am kind of worried what kind of wishes she would have granted. Why the serious look? We're just heading home early to do some housekeeping. Morgan, you were more excited than anyone when we said that we're going home. Or am I missing something? How about you, Dagda? I'll go lend them a hand. There's not much I can help with here, Vina. The Knights of the Tower Museum is coming along smoothly. My wish has been fulfilled. Alright. Vina, actually, we could still... The way they were comparing Clavicia to a fairy. Fairies are terrifying, so... Like, oh, Clavicia, having her as a friend is great, but... Making a wish with her would probably be like a monkey's paw. Or a genie's lamp, like, be careful what you wish for. The bell tolls. It's 4 o'clock, Vina. I know. We can set out now. Do you want to go see Diane? Like, heck, what if Papa Alistair, what if his wish was, I want to see my daughter again? And then she's like, okay. And just keeps him in the throne room. His mind slowly gets eaten away. And ta-da, look, he got to see his daughter again, and then gets stricken down. Oof. For example. No, I have a meeting with Parliament and the Dukes. Oh. Vina, those protesters outside. I'll handle them personally. I know their concerns go beyond just Diane. They've been waiting a long time for the king. Ha, well, that's definitely something the Glasgow gang can't meddle in. Morgan. Alright, we'll head back and tidy up, you know. Norport is better than I expected, but not by much. We'll be waiting for you, Vina. Aw, look at the others going. Vina, you could ask them to stay. Of course I'd love for the Glasgow gang to stay together, but Osterich isn't their home. Besides, just take a listen. There are plenty of people outside waiting for my response, but before I address them, I intend to bring back more than just empty promises and the Dukes. Vina, Parliament has done more than just make empty promises. They've helped revive our industries, restore order, resettle those affected by the war. Tell me, Delphine, does everyone now have an equal right to a decent life? Sad. I need to show them that even without a king, we can prove this nation's potential to any doubters. Let's go. I don't want to be late for the meeting with the Dukes. We should sing something. Sing what? Any song will do as long as it's not that blasted Ostrich carol. Like the song Hannah hums every time she steps out of the ring. Hannah's a star, knocking him down one by one, round after round. Stuff it. I don't do that anymore. Besides, didn't you all say the song I made up to cheer for Vina was better? Oh please, if I remember, you just replaced all the names in Dagda's favorite song with Vina, right? I wonder if Vina even remembers something that silly. Of course she does. I know she mustn't have forgotten. It's just... Forget it. She said it best herself. Looking forward is what really matters. And there's still a long road ahead, isn't there? That day, we didn't take a detour to watch Diane's end. And we didn't listen to any radio broadcasts. I heard her apathy was so bad that they had to separate her to prevent any incidents. To think that her last shred of dignity came from her apathy. I've stopped trying to make sense of these things as we left Central Londinium and caught sight of the factories of Norport. I knew we were home. The Seinfeld. December 26. Vina, are you not attending the execution? They're relying on you to calm the many protesters there should things take an unfortunate turn. She is way too happy for this. Just oof. Clavicia's arts are probably super duper OP.
My good Earl of March, I'm not that indispensable. Besides, the defense forces are already maintaining order on site, and several MPs are there to oversee the proceedings. They don't need me. Diane Weber truly was a hero. Shame, really. She didn't really do anything wrong. Alexandrina, you've managed this matter well, but you need to be more heavy-handed. You're too concerned with dissenting voices, most of which don't matter.
Madam Speaker, why not let us shield you from the storm until Londinium's parliament fully matures? Wellington's stance remains ambiguous, and Windermere Demesne is simmering with unrest, and the Duke of Ashworth continues to keep a low profile as always. If the Speaker requires assistance, we wouldn't dare refuse. We must secure Victoria's future.
Very well, since you've offered, I won't hesitate to accept. Your Graces, you're undoubtedly aware of the dire situation with the infected within the city. I must insist that you promptly reopen the supply routes you have kept closed for over a month under the guise of ensuring safety. Return the medicine and supplies we've already paid for, of course. If you're still concerned, the defense forces can escort the shipment and clear out those bandits along the way.
Of course, those are minor issues. Now, how about my proposal for forming and training infected fighting squads?
I understand you're considering forming infected units in your own territory and want to test its feasibility. That's fine. But I insist that the safety of the soldiers remains a priority. I'll make all the data available to you, of course, and to every other Duke. After all, this has critical implications for the future strength of Victoria, doesn't it?
This is no simple matter, Madam Speaker. In truth, it has given me quite a headache. I'll be waiting eagerly for some good news from you.
As for your Grace, Duke of Castor, the Trilby Ashers should be soon delivering an invitation. After all these years, Londinium will finally reopen diplomatic channels with foreign envoys. This time, in the name of Victoria. I trust you will all be in attendance when the time comes. But you best pray that Londinium presents herself in a form that you can be proud of.
I'll consider this a provocation, Alexandria.
From the moment you deliberately blocked Londinium from contacting other nations after the war, you've been provoking Parliament. You call it protection where I'm from. We have other word for it, kidnapping. Unfortunately for you, we always have our ways of reaching those whom we want.
Oh, Vina, is it my turn to negotiate now?
No, Earl of March. We have nothing to discuss, and certainly no need to be friends.
I'm afraid it's not for you to decide.
Humph, whatever your intentions may be, Londinium's affairs are none of Columbia's business.
It seems you found out what you need to refuse any deals with me.
All I have is a few photos, surely. You're aware of what's hidden beneath Londinium, right?
Oh?
Vina, it seems you've managed to find yourself some leverage.
Alexandrina, I admire your candor, but I must remind you. You're the Speaker of Parliament now, not just some street thug for the Glasgow gang. Well, do you know how we used to keep corrupt cops away back in Norport? Either everyone pretends nothing happened and keeps things as they are, or we expose all their dirty laundry and everyone goes down in flames. It works every time. And I'm sure your Graces understand that it has always been Victoria who has kept you safe, not the other way around. I believe your Grace has even said something of a similar nature before.
Ooh, I like how she's calling them all out.
Alexandrina, I'm sorry to doubt our decision of choosing you as Speaker. You're mistaken. The decision was mine all along, not yours. I know your schedules are packed, so let's not digress anymore. I have a long list of things to discuss with you: Parliament seats, medical purchases, military reform, private communication lines, supply routes, aid for reconstruction. So let's not waste time, of course. You're free to continue arguing with me. But don't worry. This time, my sword won't be on your necks.
She really is locking in, and I love it. Too bad she can't punch them, but, you know, this is fine.
She's coming, everyone. Get over here. If we can make the Speaker hear us, we can save that poor soldier's life.
On the street, the eagerly awaiting crowd surrounds Vina, who stands alone. She knows they're all waiting for her answer.
You've heard us. The innocent hero doesn't deserve this fate. It's not too late to change your mind.
Sorry, I have nothing to say with regard to Diane. The Parliament has decided. As its speaker, I stand by its decision. Everyone, please disperse. Then again, if you absolutely insist on a resolution, you're welcome to stay. Just now, I reclaimed many things from the visiting dukes, things that rightfully belong to us and are crucial to our future. I will tell you about each of these things, one by one. This is the only matter I'll be addressing. The sounds of protest begin to subside, while most await the outcome of the meeting. A few discontented voices still arise in the crowd.
Is there really nothing can be done for that poor soul? But why? This isn't something that needs explaining. Do you want the speaker to go back on her word? If we start bending the rules now, the new laws passed by Parliament won't be worth the paper they're printed on. Catherine, what brings you here? Some old friends passing by saw the protests and worried things might get out of hand, so they asked me to see if I could help. As luck would have it, quite a few workers just got off their shifts, heard about it, and came to support you.
Thank you, Catherine.
Take a look.
As more and more workers gather around, they wave at Vina and spot familiar friends and family members among the protesters. Conversations begin to ripple through the crowd, and the street suddenly comes alive with activity.
Looks like we're a bit late. Lieutenant, aren't you supposed to be waiting at the sanatorium for your departure? Delphine told me about your situation. I wasn't planning to come, but once the others in the sanatorium found out, they insisted on coming to see who was causing you trouble this time. I couldn't stop them, so here we are.
A column of soldiers, marching in perfect formation and singing, approaches the congested crowd. The noise instantly dies down as people instinctively make way for the soldiers, who march up to stand in front of Vina, forming a barrier between her and the protesters.
Vina, we all know you went to negotiate with the Dukes today to fight for us. We're not about to let you be humiliated in front of the Dukes today. We might not be ready for another battle, but we'll win anyone in numbers.
Thank you, all of you. Everyone, come quick! I think they're over there! A group of rowdy children fearlessly push through the crowd, squeezing their way right up to Vina. It's really you! You know me? Of course, we've all heard your story. The great hero of the Exemplars, our very own speaker. I made so many new friends recently. They're all people who walked back to Londinium with you. They told me you would definitely recognize them. Take a look. Hello, Vina?
Annie? And there's Annabelle. Oh, Jones, you're here too.
I guess you were telling the truth then.
But why have you come?
We ran into this lady with really tan skin. She said you might run into trouble and told us to come help you. Did we actually help? Vina does fill the role of a voice of the people. She truly is the speaker.
Of course you did. Thank you, Morgan.
Okay, this is sweet. She's not alone then. Look at her happy. More and more people gather in front of the steps, while those who had been protesting for Diane start to quiet down. Phew. She thinks about everything that has happened over the past few days. She thinks about the drunken Diane, the departing Glasgow gang, and the stolen crown.
Bloody hell.
Vina relaxes, sitting down on the steps and gazing at the fiery red sky. The retired soldiers sit as well, huddling with the other citizens around Vina.
Let's all take a break, okay?
Can I ask you something? Will we ever have a king again?
I don't know, but not having a king might not be such a bad thing.
Why is that?
You understand when you grow up.
Huh?
What do you think? Will this be good or bad for Victoria? It's still too early to tell. If we have to accept the dawn of a new era, then we all need to change the way we think to keep up. A parliament regulated by the people, no more individual authority, no king.
That's a first in Victorian history. Even I have to admit, she may well be biting off more than she can chew. Catherine glances at the speaker, who is sitting on the steps without her expected grace, and can't help but wonder. Vina is surrounded by the children. They all smile and laugh together. Every so often, she raises her voice to share jokes about the dukes or what she managed to wrestle from the dukes, things that belong to the people. The sunset's warm light bathes her figure, before slowly fading as the time passes. I see the days ahead will only get better. She breathes out a ring of smoke, watching as the thin wisps drift away into the dying light. I'm glad she still has people on her side. Parliament has passed a resolution. The crown will be placed on the throne in the Palace of Westaleg, guarded around the clock by the defense forces. Until a suitable candidate for the throne is identified, the crown will be guarded by Parliament. Once a candidate is chosen, a nationwide referendum will be conducted under parliamentary review and supervision to finalize the coronation. Additionally, Parliament will soon announce decisions regarding the distribution of living supplies and other public welfare matters. Parliamentary supervision.
These meetings are truly exhausting. I much prefer settling matters at a grand banquet. At least there's wine when my lips are parched. Sir Davis is certainly taking his sweet time fetching the wine. Your Grace, Duke of Castor, where are you headed next?
You already know the answer, so why pretend to ask?
Getting the news from you is quicker than waiting for Wellington's spies to report back. So, how about you, Eleanor?
Your Grace, we're hardly close enough to be exchanging warm farewells.
Your words wound me, Eleanor. I suppose I'll have to present a fine bottle of wine on my next visit to old Normandy, and ask him to put in a good word about me to you.
The biggest surprise is Clovicia. Like, dang, girl. Didn't realize you were an ageless. Your carriage has arrived, sir. Allow me to get the door for you. Much obliged, Earl of March. And remember, we're all Victorians after all. Of course.
Oh, it's been so long since I last heard those bells. The sound brings back memories. Your Grace, I brought you one of the finest wines from our cellar. Even those Sarkis devils couldn't sniff this one out after they took my estate. Sir Davis, you're a man of rare wit. Rest assured, there will always be a place for you in the Goddardin territories.
The Duke of Goddardin takes a sip of the wine and turns to make a remark, but then suddenly freezes. He's confronted with a stunning sight.
The sun is set.
The crimson sun sinks slowly, as though setting the entire city ablaze. The scars of the Sarkis that tore into the city stand out even more vividly in the evening glow, as if they are still bleeding. Choo. Choo.
The winter sunset truly shows no mercy. Much like the speaker's attitude towards us, I suppose.
I could send someone to deliver a few sets of winter clothing for your Grace. Take care of yourself. Victoria isn't ready to do without you just yet.
Many thanks. After all, we can't very well go before Wellington, can we?
Why the sudden melancholy, your Grace? I find the sunset rather breathtaking. Day fades into night, and night into day. How often do we get to witness such a sight? Londinium's thick fog and heavy clouds rarely part like this.
Eleanor, back in the day, the lads at school would always joke that it was the sun that to follow behind Londinium. It would rise as we please, and never said if we willed it. Now, though, she has to go full speed just to barely keep up with the setting sun. The thought keeps me awake at night. Day or night, sunrise or sunset, only Londinium can be Victoria's capital. Earl of March, remember my words.
Droll, very droll indeed.
Huh. The sun really does move.
Another bell tolls. Who's more intimidating? Overall Clovicia, cause Mr. Blacksnake, like, sure, he's a body snatcher, but right now he's happy being a hot teacher. Which I think is hilarious. He's like, you know what? If I can't have Tallulah's body, I'm gonna be a sexy teacher lady instead. You know, this is fine. More black-feathered falbies stir and take to the skies over the city, circling before flying through the steam towards the setting sun. As the sun dips out of sight, the glow of the twin moons becomes ever clearer. Night approaches. Ayy. And now, fairy tale ending. There will come a day that you, Vina, will read these words I wrote down. Streets of Norport, December 26th. Vina pull after. How things go in your end, Dogda? Mr. Lane's still alive, but he's got a busted leg. His sworn brother didn't make it, though. I tried asking some old friends. None of them know when that brother passed away exactly. Might have been when trying to escape Norport. Might have been some sarcasm at the end of their tether during the Allied counterattack. Did you manage to see Mr. Lane himself? I did. He works at the port now. He didn't bring up the old days, and he avoided talking about his crew. But he thinks that now he's living a good life. Bloody hell. I showed around one of the factories we used to look after. It's full of little punks now. None of those youngsters have even heard of us Glasgow gang. That pack of brats deserve a right thrashing. Did you swing by the old restaurant we always went to? Torn down, Parliament sent some men over to get in touch with all the old shopkeepers. Anything so run down, it couldn't be fixed up. And whose owner was missing was slated to be torn down and rebuilt. The pub of Sunset Street, Paul's Bar, the magazine stall that run from Kashmirish ran, they're all gone. Hannah. I checked out that public cemetery when we were talking about too. I couldn't find McLaren or... Choking back tears. Damn it. Why don't these graves have names in them? Stuff me. Can't believe you caught me crying. Let's head home already. Don't want to leave Morgan waiting. Oh, so we saw Alistair there. He'd been sitting there for 26 years, all on his lonesome. No food and water probably, just locked up there. And I'm pretty sure Clovicia was the one who kept him alive, so... if she's able to keep him alive like that, she's terrifying. Cause it's not like she's possessing him like... creepy snake uncle. I thought the gym was going to be a rougher sight. Thank you. Looks to me that you've been taking care of the place this whole time.
I thought you were still alive and that you'd be coming back sooner or later. It doesn't matter how you look at it. I'm still part of the Glasgow gang.
You didn't get on Duke Windermere's ships with us back then.
I wasn't so far gone that I needed saving by the Dukes. But I gotta admit, I was being a right fool back then. After all that, I took some of the crew out to fight some devils, hanging around Norport. I ended up hearing about the exemplars from them. You pulled off some crazy stunts I could never dream of. An army, huh? When the battle outside was in total chaos, some of the gang helped out on the front line with me. But there wasn't much you could do. All I got in the end were a few cuts and bruises.
You're infected too?
Yup, heard the same happened to Angel after she took a bad scrape on the battlefield not too long ago. She's real lucky she had friends like you there with her.
Morgan stares blankly ahead. She never considered that problem, not even Angel herself had. No,
No, that ain't right. Why do I feel all funny hearing you say that? Though, I gotta admit, I'm not sure what's not right about what you said.
Ha, whatever you say. Anyway, if you ever get the chance, tell CJ I said sorry.
If you stick around, you can tell her yourself.
My Glasgow gang's long gone. Since you're coming back, it's only right that I head out. Did Delphi not come back with you?
She's standing by Venus' side.
Ha, sounds like you lot has squabbled too. I heard about her mom from a broadcast. Doesn't matter who she might be. At least she's got some nerve.
Where you headed off to next?
Northport needs more hands to rebuild it, and the port's busy shuttling in goods from outside all day every day. Me and my crew are gonna keep an eye on it. And then I'll head to the central to bash in some merchant bastard's head, That's only a maybe. Northport's changed, Morgan. The folks I know are gone, and the shops too. There's some new gang of brats that's popped up. Don't know their arse from their elbow yet. They're still trying to fight for dominance. Anyway, I'm giving the gym back to you lot. Parliament talked a big game in that broadcast of theirs. I talked it over with some other boys. We'll wait a spell, and then head over to some other dukedom to see what's what. We'll find a new turf. A new turf, a new beginning. I'll need some time to forget a few things.
Morgan, was it Katar leaving just now? Yep. He came to say goodbye and decided to hand this back to us while he was at it. He is being Tsunzun right now. But he's opened up a bit. He's like, oh, yeah, I was pretty harsh back then. I'm sorry about that. Things are really high-strung and... You know, here, take this back. Me and my boys are just gonna go around, watching things for now. She pulls out a butterfly knife from her pocket. It's badly scratched, but the emblem of the Glasgow gang can still be clearly seen. Byrd's butterfly knife. Hannah would recognize it anywhere. It was her who insisted on engraving that emblem when she beat Byrd after all. Katar found it on the body of a cleaner. He couldn't find Byrd herself, though. I went there too. All I found was some stuff on the wall I didn't get. It's almost all gone, but with all the rain, but I'm sure she was there. I saw her handwriting. I hope so too. What did Byrd hope for? We thought about it long and hard, but we were never able to make sense of it. Her wishes had already been washed back into Norport's soil by the rain. We decided not to dwell on it much longer. We never could guess her last little secret. She's definitely having a good laugh at us right now. I remember that whenever we went to the video shop, Byrd hated weepy scenes about grieving the most. Yeah, she never thought death was worth being all that sad for. Pass the knife to me. I'll think of a way to hang it up on the wall. Then I'll go get some drinks to celebrate us coming home and a toast to Byrd. Should we wait for Vina? She ain't got the time to come. But just in case. Then we'll hold off right before we get completely pissed, Hannah. Booze waits for no man. That day, without having to say a word on the matter, we all drank our drinks real slow. We were waiting for one more person. It seems there was a lot of chit-chat going on that day. Not that I remember any of it after the hangover. All I remember is that Hannah and I got into a fight, and Dagda's brow got itself another scar. Why? None of us knew. If Vina were there, it'll all be fine. She always stayed the most sober out of all of us, and she remembered for us. But she never showed up that day.
I dragged the body back, boss. But will this really be okay? I mean, snatching away the corpse of a condemned criminal from right under Parliament's nose. Did you really think you could take that away without some silent approval from above? What of the Colombian? He's not in the best of moods. Boss, do we really need him to carry these goods? What if?
Oh no. No, Scar, what's going on with you? Going back home to the way it was before you left and it was destroyed?
Man, that would just feel sad. I don't know if I'd want to come back home, honestly, at that point. Mainly because I don't have, like, extreme attachments to stuff. So I'd be like, you know what? Goodbye.
He's not in the best of moods. Boss, do we really need him to carry these goods? What if?
Milscar says nothing. The mercenary sighs.
Alright, I get it. Look, boss, I'm not trying to make you mad, but ever since Parliament made a move on us, everyone's been on edge. It doesn't concern you a lot. I'll handle the Colombian. Alicio, I presume I don't need to introduce myself. Milscar, I've heard about you. Good. No need to waste words then. I need you to see this batch of goods out of Londinium safely. You will, of course, receive payment. I can send this corpse along with you. Leave the city and go as far away from it as you can. Her name is Diane Milscar. Who she is important. Who she is isn't important to me. What's important is that she doesn't show her face again in Londinium. You call this payment, making someone who just got home leave again. Alicio, you're well aware that she cannot stay in the city. As far as everyone is concerned, she is dead, hanged on the gallows. Vita made a mistake. So long as this person is alive and within the city, sooner or later, someone is going to use her as a knife to stab Vita in the back.
Oh, so... fake death, for reals.
She really must learn to be more decisive. You know the condition of her infection better than I do, Alicio. She doesn't have long. You're welcome to refuse, of course, but I will still send Venus... but I will still help Venus settle this matter, in my own way.
Yeah, she's definitely not aware of what Milscar's doing. Or Allerdale's doing.
I know your story, Milscar, or rather, Lady Allerdale Cumberland. There's a lot of versions of it out there, but they all agree that you really did fit with the title of Cumberland the Ever and High, once upon a time. Fine, I'll get Diane out of here. I can take better care of her back in Colombia. Happy? You're a good man, Alicio. She's lucky to have made a friend in you. Get ready. You could be leaving at any time. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Did you ever think you'd turn out this way? Why ask just me? Countless heroes lived through the war. From the most radiant of them to those that none remember. I too am curious as to how they will change in the face of reality.
Lying down amidst the meadow, the soldier senses a slight itch. The cold wind blows at the stalks of grass, and their tips tip her face. Is this what the land of the dead is like? She opens her eyes and sees someone most unexpected.
Huh? What? You're awake. It's me, Alicio. You shouldn't just go off on your own to do dangerous stuff without a word, Diane. I remember standing atop the gallows. You're dead, at least to those who witnessed the execution. Before we left, I asked the people at Rhodes Island to give you the once over. It's not looking too good. A lot of your major organs have already begun to crystallize. In other words, Originium is replacing those organs. So I'm not dead? Am I lucky or unlucky? I'm not sure if the speaker knew about this beforehand. So it's Vina who let me go? That's rather foolish of her. To tell you the truth, I really don't get some of you people. Sorry, Diane. I'm afraid you can't go back to Londinium.
Only now that she realized they're no longer in Londinium, she sees a telltale giant tracks laid down by the nomadic city not far off in the distance. Just ahead of them, Sarkaz's children run around in the meadow, waving at her as they pass. Most displaced Sarkaz have lost the light in their eyes to confusion. They can go anywhere, but nowhere they can call home.
I'll be taking you to Colombia, Diane. I might be able to do more for you there. Alright then, Colombia, eh?
I still remember saying that if I get the chance, I'd love to see the place you keep talking about. How far are we from Colombia, Alicio?
Well, still very far away. Let me get out my map.
Will I be able to make it there in my condition? Walking the whole way? I see. Could you promise me one thing, Alicio?
I know what you're gonna ask, Diane. When the day comes, I'll bring you home. I'll bring you back to Londinium. I'm rather curious myself as to how much the city would have changed by the time we return.
I wonder how far they go. On foot. The day we went back to the gym and got drunk, I had a dream. In that dream, there was a tomb all dressed up to the nines. Our names are carved onto the plaques inside it. Morgan, Kate Morgan, Indra, Hannah Jackson, Dagda, Isabel Montague, Bayard, Bridget Lucan. Outside the tomb, there was a blazing carriage, and atop it sat a golden lion. He was calling my name. Vina Victoria. Vina. A blanket? Who put this blanket on me? My head hurts so bad. What time is it? Morgan, didn't I tell you not to drink like a sodding weeno all this time? Considering how wild Hannah and the rest can get, shouldn't you be looking after them? Vina? Vina? Oh! Morgan nimbly launches herself out of the sofa, leaping over the short table to throw herself at Vina. Vina, you came over! I thought...
You thought what?
Why didn't you wake me, Hannah?
Weren't you yapping and yowling yesterday about how she definitely wasn't coming? Look at you, you turned out the most excited out of all of us.
No, I'm not.
Stubborn prick.
Quiet down, Morgan. Dog is still asleep. The one resting her head atop Angel's lap twitches her ears, still lost within a lovely drunken dream. Seems like Dogga drank the most out of you lot. I tidied up a lot of empty bottles. She must have been in a real rotten mood, Vina. Sorry. I just hope I'm not too late. Well, of course you're not. Wasn't what you said yesterday, Morgan. Shut it, Hannah. Welcome home, Vina. I was really hoping to pop in earlier, but there's simply far too much to handle over at Parliament. Then how'd you... I'm afraid I've given Horn another headache to deal with. I suppose she'll only just have discovered I stepped away. Then does it mean you have to head back? I can't run away from my responsibilities. But I owe you an apology. Vina, you don't need to. Siege? Vina! How long have I been asleep? Relax, Vina's only just arrived back. The knife hanging on the wall. It's hers. Cador brought it back. Cador? Vina never brought up having to head back the whole day. Well, y'all knew that the Siege Vina, the boss of the Glasgow gang, the ever-victorious king of the Slobberknocker, and one of my best friends, could leave us at any moment. So I loathe to lose a single moment where I could tell Vina about all the changes in Norport that she hasn't had the chance to see yet. Cador, Mr. Lane, the video shop, the reworked port, the rebuilt stores, a handful of old friends who rushed home after hearing the news. Of course, who could forget the inexperienced little buggers who wanted to take over our gym after Vina beat them all to Kingdom Come with a smile on her face. They apologized by the way of a few cartons of beer and said they wanted to join us. Seems like Norport's forgotten about us, but I don't think that's such a bad thing. The war really was over. Do you still remember this place? Why don't we go back to our little games? See who's the fastest this time around. Before Vina has even finished speaking, Angel has already begun to set off. Hannah, you lousy cheat! She didn't say nothing about a countdown. I'm still a champion. Humph. You've gotten slower ever since your injury, Hannah. Say that after you've caught up. What? What's going on? Wait for me. Don't fall behind, Delphine. Follow me. Hear that, Del? You're a real slowpoke. Several figures speed through the streets, and a few workers heading home after work give an inquisitive glance at the brash crew. They can't quite seem to remember who this gang is. Must be another bunch of outsiders just arrived at Norport, maybe. High above the gaps between the factories, the Glasgow gang returns to a favorite spot of theirs. Here they can look down upon the squatting factories and look out at the Shard's pointed peak over at Central. It was there that they started, and it was there that they left home. After a long period of wandering about, they have finally returned to this familiar place. But I left a glass for Bayard. Sure you don't want a tipple, Dogda? No thank you. I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of Vina again. I'll give your share to her then. Just fruit juice for you, Del? Don't call me that. I'm still not used to alcohol. Suit yourself. I'll keep watch over you all. Hell yeah, finally. The part where we can start bloody drinking. To Bayard. To the Glasgow gang. To Bayard. To the Glasgow gang. To Rose Island. To the Exemplars. To everyone who fought in the war. And to all those who risked their lives coming home. To all those who live and who left. To all those still by our side. To all those who have shed blood and tears. To all those who struggle in darkness and in pain. To Victoria. To Victoria. There's no need for sorrow. The living engrave the moment in their memories, while those who left leave behind their hopes and dreams. The Falbies croon as they spiral overhead, echoing their words. You heading off too, Delphine? Only for a short while. I need to go back to Lincardine. Shearer will come along to recuperate. If you ever get real fed up with those lousy bastards, you can always come back here. This is your home too. Of course I will. I promised Vina after all. If there's ever a day you feel like it's all too much for you, Vina, I'll come back. But I think I can handle it. I hope the Londiniers can live in peace and happiness, and I hope that everyone can live their best lives. It's what they deserve. Everyone should be like us, smiling without a tear in sight or an empty belly to be heard. I'm not going to let everything we've accomplished go to waste. If someone tries to take it from us, I'll be fighting back. Just like how we looked after this place back then. Vina, Alexandrina, either's fine. There's no difference the way I see it, no? Burp. If Bayard were here, that's what she'd want me to do. You're right, Vina. I really do hope so. To the Glasgow gang, to all of you. Welcome home, everyone. This was a surprisingly sweeter ending than I thought it would be. It actually ended up more sweet than bitter. Vina left us On the morning of the day after, she didn't let us see her off. Maybe she didn't want to wake us. In truth, we were all awake. I watched her change into those clothes I was never fond of, and walk off on her lonesome towards Central Londinium. I hope Vina managed to get a real good look. I hope Vina managed to get a real good night's sleep. The best she's had in a long while. After all, it's only when she's at home that she doesn't need to think about anything. I spent the entire night writing down everything that happened the day Vina came home, no matter how big or small. The drawing. I believe there will come a day that you, Vina, will read these words I wrote down. They might not be of too much use, but they can help you remember some of the more easily forgotten things. Vina, do you still remember that dream I wrote about earlier? In the dream, there was a tomb, all dressed up to the nines. Our names are carved into the plaques inside it. Outside the tomb, there was a blazing carriage, and atop it sat a golden lion. He was calling my name. Vina Victoria. I dreamt I was you. I dreamt of a time I was all old and withered, some afternoon decades after I lost touch with my Glasgow friends. I walked into the tomb that Siege built for the gang. I cherish that unforgettable memory that is no longer mine. I cherish the tale that started in Norport. Vina, from the day you put on those clothes, I knew. In the end, you walk alone. You have no choice but to walk alone. I'm sorry, there's no way for us to help you or to stay by your side. But I wanted to let you know we will always be there, or be here. The Glasgow gang will always be here. To you, Vina Victoria. The Memoir of Alexandrina by Kate Morgan. That dream though, the Glasgow gang tomb. I'm hoping for the best for Vina. Especially after she told the nobles off. Okay, let's see if I can buy the thing real quick. Okay. At the very least, I needed those. Everything else is like a bonus at this point. Ooh. Victoria's a nation. I do like how banded together they pretty much are. But at the same time, the people who are banded together are, of course, the normal folk versus the dukes. Oh my goodness, those dukes. Just They are just living on the copium and hopium and ooh. Like just sheesh. And you know, let's just throw one. You know, maybe she'll come home first thing. Hey Vina, hey girl, hi. Hello, hello. Vina. It's my birthday week, so if you wanna come home and say happy birthday to me, I would love that. Ha ha ha. Tee-hee-hee. Let's just see how this goes. Peek. Aw man, that would have been so epic. On the bright side, it's not blue. Hey, Beagle. Hey, Fang. Hey, Beanstalk. I think Vina will do a great job. Though I hope that she's at least allowed to visit her friends every so often, or else... Oh no, that's just... And no worries. Hey, hello, hello. This is the first multi-pull. I wonder how much I want to give her. It's just decisions now. I got at least a 5-star now. So woohoo! It wasn't blue. Right now we're on Aran. Then we got Indigo. We're into the Indigo League now.
これまでは東大の森人の見習いをしていました。これからは術師として
Tipped Queen Vina for Suzumon pulls. You know, I don't blame you.
よろしくお願いします。
I want Lappy.
私はフェン、やり使いです。
Hopefully there's gonna be some nice packs I can buy later on.
ロドスの力になれるよう、
So, bang.
メンバーと共に全力を尽くす覚悟です。
4-star.
こんにちは。
Hey, Gray.
僕はグレイと言います。電気関係のお仕事がちょっと得意です。僕を必要としてくれてありがとうございます。
Gray's adorable. Then there's
ビーグルって言います。
the Beagle again.
採用テストはギリギリでしたけど。こんにちは。
Hey, Cardigan.
こんな大きな移動施設に来たんで、ちょっと興奮気味です。カーディーズとの
You know, I wouldn't mind getting more gold certificates too, though.
がドクター
So then that way I could trade those for some tickets. And now the 5-star. Who's it?
ドクター、ただいま戻りました。
Oh, Hibiscus the Purifier.
ドクター、今回の外勤任務は
Hey, Hibiscus.
なかったですけど、
I will eat your food.
だからって知らない人
I'll eat your health food, girl.
やめてください。医療オペレーター、ハイビスカス。帰還しました。
Diana Alicia's conclusion. Oh man. I'm happy that Diane wasn't executed. But now she gets to go on an adventure. The man Alicia's probably like, oh my goodness, this job that I took on is so freaking rough. Yo, the event was fun. And you know, I'm just gonna like slowly get stuff if anything, so... Oh wait, did they just get rid of that one pack? Oops. Oh man, I didn't buy that one in time. Oh no. Oops. I know there was that one earlier that's gonna haunt me for a bit. Then again, that new one's coming out too, so... You know, there was one for Never Gilded. That one 10-pull pack. I should have bought it earlier. I just stared at it. I literally just stared at it and did nothing about it. Which parts of the poster am I most excited about based on this event? Okay, this event specifically... I want to see how much more Vina messes with the Dukes. Because, oh, I loved her just telling them off at the end. That was fun. That was entertaining as heck. And you know what? I'll give her another multi-pull right here. That is like my bad for missing on that one pack. I'm just gonna hope that the Lapland event has some good packs too. I mean, it should, right? But for now, yeah! Hey, Vina. Blue! Oh, hi. That's what I get for not having confidence in opening. Always have to have confidence. Hey, Lava. Hey, girl. Hi. Oof, though. That hurt just like a tiny bit. Oh man, that blue pull. Always have confidence, even if you knew steal from someone else, you're right. Oh yeah, for Kamen Rider Wizard, we watched episodes 1 through 7 yesterday. Today's gonna be 8 to 13. So then tomorrow will be the movie. And sup, Myrtle? I want to see what's going on with... Okay, rather than like... the main groups, I want to see Wellington. Specifically Wellington. He's the noble I'm most interested in just because he's... Wellington do what Wellington want to do. And hey, Jackie. What's up, Lava?
暇でしょうがなかったからなんとなくここに来たってわけなんだが私の天敵もここにいるって聞いて
And now who's next?
プリムと申します
Hey, Plume.
以前はラテラーの護衛隊に所属しておりましたあなたの矛となり翼となり命をお守りするために戦う所存ですはじめましてドクター新人オペレーターのジャッキーだよ前はクルビアで補助警察をやってたんだこれから仲良くやろうね
Yeah, I want to know more of Wellington's achievements. He was the most hilarious in the main story to me.
こんにちは僕はグレイと言います
Of all the dukes during the war,
お仕事がちょっと得意です僕を必要としてくれ
him and Salem were just like, oh, finally, a worthy competitor. Now another Gray. Who's next?
医師見習いのハイ
Hey, hi, Viscus.
みんなからはハイビスって呼ばれてます今日からドクターとロドスの皆さんの健康管理をしていきますのでよろしくお願いします
Dear.
あれれここはどこ僕は
Hey, Kuara.
ドクターってあなた
Hey there, Jessica.
はじめまして私は BSW から来ましたジェシカと申します
It's okay, Jessica.
すみません自己紹介は少し苦手で
You're great, Jessica. Okay. Let's see what this will be. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good. It's totally gonna be an amazing 6-star pull. Because I have confidence. Look at my confidence right now. Opening this pack up confidently. Yeah. Ah. Hi. Pulling for Ravina right now. Ah.
ドクターだね
Third multi-pull.
グムたちを助けて
I got at least one 5-star so far. I got
特別な力はないけど
5-star hibiscus, and then I got 2 a blue pull so far. But you know, it's okay. I'm just blue is a pretty color. Haha. And hey, Gummy.
アーススピリット
So this is the third multi-pull. Ha 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 ha.
規定の勤務時間は8時間残業代は別に払
2 blue in a row does hurt though. Earth Spirit.
報道予備隊 A6 カタパルト
So the meanest banner to me is probably the Dungeon Meshi one. Oh my goodness. Freaking Lyles and Chilchuck, especially Chilchuck.
じゃなくて尊敬すべき同
I only got 2 Lyles and 2 Chilchuck, and maxed out Marcine.
一目でわかるよ
Marcel, not braining right now because Angie. Sorry, Marcel. And hey, Catapult.
グムっていうの
Hey, Gummy.
これがドクターだね
My heart wanted a maxed out Lyos,
助けてくれたこと
but the world was like, Marcel.
グムに特別な力はないけどできることは精一杯やってドクターの力になるよ
Okay, a few. The battle for nations. Nation Gaul has the goal to conquer Victoria. Wellington is the first alongside his Gasha warship, alone, and fended off the enemies, and when they were retreating, he was chasing them. Basically, we're the Gaul of Gaul. I love that. And more Kuara.
ファーミルハンターだ。俺に仕事をくれ。失望はさせねえからさ。
Vermeil.
はじめまして。
Hey, thank you.
アリアと申します。
I hope the speaker of Victoria graces my presence for reals. Oh man.
東大の森人
There is hope in the world.
見習いをしていました。
Now Indigo.
これからは術師として
I'll pull until I get a
もちろん見習いとして
6 star. We'll see who it is. Oh, now there's Huis. Haven't seen him in a while. Hey. And now we're Gummy.
ロドスのみんなと一緒にグムたちを助けてくれたこと本当に感謝してるよ。
Hey, I'll hydrate in a bit. That's to celebrate getting a nice 6 star. I'm excited for the Syracuse event. You know, the thing that I find the most funny though about the event, going up to it, is the description for Lapland first thing. She is unemployed. I'm like, wow. She is currently unemployed. Which is why she should let me summon her. Oh yeah, and definitely a prep stream this week. And now for the 6 star. Hiya! Well, it's not blue. Ooh, 2 5 stars. Oh my goodness.
はじめまして。この度新たに記者のホームを担当することになりました。
An A, Proviso.
申します。コードネームが必要でしたら、プロバイゾとお呼びくだ
A
さい。
Proviso.
一応お伝えしておきますが、コードネームで従業員の身分を曖昧にするというやり方は私には通じませんよ。
No 4 star.
グムっていうの。
Ah, hi again, Gummy.
ロドスのみんなと一緒にグムたちを助けてくれたこと本当に感謝してるよ。
Poke.
私はフェン、やり使いです。
Hey, Fang.
新米チームの隊長もしています。ロドスの力になれるよう、
Fang, you're
チーム
cool.
メンバーと共に全力を尽くす覚悟です。
4 star.
どうも。ヘイズ。
Hey, Haze.
好きなものは気楽な職場と口うるさくないご主人かな。
A sick fan animation. Ooh.
アーススピリット、地質学者兼
Sup,
実
Earth
証
Spirit.
オペレーターとして着任させていただくわ。規定の勤務時間は8時間、残業代は別に払ってもらうわよ。
Poke.
お初にお目にかかり
Oh!
ます。マイレンダー基金参加の
Look who showed up.
団体の代表者として交流と工学のために
I
ロドスにお
I
伺
love
いした
his
次第です。
his operator name.
ビッグ
Bobbing
タイムで私を見た方がいる。うん。その経歴に関しては一旦黙秘させていただい
Cool.
ても
Someone
よ
new
ろ
at
しいでしょう
least.
か。
アーススピリット、
And now I got some more Earth Spirit. I got the spirit in me.
着任させていただくわ。規定の勤務時間は
So I got Alicio at least. One person from the event.
どうしたの？顔を
Hi, Gravel.
隠して。これは初めましての挨拶。特別な意味なんてないわ。では改めまして、カジミ兵士の騎士グラベルよ。よろしくね。 Next is
今日からお世話になります
Sup Steward.
実師のスチュワードです。ひとまずよろしくお願いしますね。
An adorable Popgar.
A6 のみんなやっぱり喧嘩が多くてドクターも心配だよね。ポップカルどうすればいいのか知ってるよ。
Poke. Not a bad pull at all. Actually, wait a second. You know, I'm gonna get these because I know I'm gonna get enough for this. I will get enough of these from the event. I already know myself enough. I know my luck enough. Oh, that's 69. Ooh, look at that tease. And bam. Ooh, that was confidence. Let's see who it'll be. Will it be the speaker? Hey, Gitano. Read my future, please.
どうも。私はメテオ。森の弓使いよ。遠距離支援はいかが？
Hey, Meteor. And who is it? Hey, Oopeepee. Sup, Oopeepee? Oh man. Of all the ones to come home, Oopeepee, how did you get here? The way he wandered in here. Bro. Yeah, we meet again, Oopeepee. What took you so long? You know, it's been how many months since your event that I tried for you? Mr. Oopeepee? Well, I got myself an Alicio and an Oopeepee today. Oh man. Well, that be it for now. Rate up is a lie. I forget how many pulls I even gave Oopeepee. All I know is he's probably offended that I called him that. He's probably thinking, gosh darn you call me Oopeepee, I'm not gonna come home to you. I know you got my fellow Abyssal Hunters there, but nah. But look who wandered here eventually, Oopeepee. You couldn't resist my charm. Cute. Deep color. I love her outfit. And then Popgar. Poke. What's up, Jay? Jay, I still want your cooking. And you know what? Since we got enough certificates, I can do one more. An A question? Because I'll buy packs for Lappy. Sup, Spot.
A6 のスポットだ。俺の仕事はいつも無茶するメンバーたちを守ってやることだと思う。
No worries, Spot. Woohoo! It's fun seeing the MVs and notes. Okay, got this. Ta-da! And you know, this is just the bonus round.
Yeah. Oh man, I was kind of rooting for a back-to-back 6-star. Well, you know, that was the bonus of the night. Instead, I got a bobbing. The Felicio. Right after Vina's banner ends, does she automatically get put into the pool for the next one too? Because it'd be hilarious if she spooks me on top of Lapland's banner. I will only do 10 pulls for Vina. Yeah. This is only 10 pulls? Okay, because if she's automatically added to the pool in general, that'd be great. I mean, OPP came home. What's up, Midnight? I was going for a speaker, but instead I got myself a host. Hey, Matterhorn. Thank you, Matterhorn. You do well in my base. Oh, Orchid, I love your outfit. So fancy. Thank you for the help. The gacha gods are just teasing a little bit. That OPP surprise. Hey, hello, hello. Oh man, when we go back to Victoria, I hope that they get at least the medical supplies thing under control because oof. We're Hibiscus. Adorable. How's life? A bit scuffed, but you know, it's fine. That's just how it be. Plus, getting the scuff out first thing this week. Woohoo! Oh man. Speaking of this week, oh, the banners are gonna be so rough. So many good ones. Right now, Vina's playing hard to get. It's okay. Then there's gonna be trying for pulls in Arknights again this week. Some inside of Nike. Favorite order, of course. Ah yes, even if you lose, you still win in the form of UPPS. He's gonna be forced to work in my base. I'm gonna put him on the rotation. He's just gonna live there. If we get more Steam Nights, that'd be great. And that'd be the last pull for the day. Woohoo! I'm glad that I got bobbing and OPP. Woohoo! I am so happy about the quality of life. That I love. Yep, I set up my rotation, which I appreciate. And I'll set up though... I'll start doing the EX ones later on tonight. I didn't have time to bathe after the Minecraft movie. So after I finish this, I'm gonna go shower. I'm just gonna set up a thingy what I want to farm. You know, I still need a lot of rocks. Yes, I have the least amount of rock. So I'll do this one real quick. Because I want to buy a few more things out, so... Setting this out, good to go. Press. Okay.
マップと敵座標の DMA 設定
I was expecting a super cool event, and then I got feels. Lots and lots of feels. But in the end, it was happy-ish. Or bittersweet. More sweet than bitter, so I'm satisfied with that. And hey, thank you. But yeah. Now I'll be heading out too.
出会ったのが運の尽きだ
So with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your epic gacha luck. I gotta be good and shower now. So see you guys later. Bye bye.
ならないといけないの
Oh Mando, I hope there's hot water. The struggles of having a water heater that's solar powered. It's just it goes out faster than usual, or faster than you think.